Lindsay Abner is your normal 26-year-old woman living and working in a big city. But 4 years ago, a simple test changed her life forever.
I went to the University of Michigan, graduated on a Saturday, and that coming up Tuesday, my mom said, you got to come with me. I got this genetic test, which I had never heard of, and she said, I think it would be really interesting for you to hear the results.
Abner's mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother all battled breast cancer throughout their life. Her grandmother and great-grandmother died a week apart in 1971. Needless to say, she was aware of her family history, but was shocked to hear the news.
I went into the test very positive, optimistic, and was absolutely devastated when I found out 3 weeks later that I had tested positive for the breast cancer gene.
So Lindsay knew she had to make one of the toughest decisions of her life.
I made a very difficult decision in August of 2006 to have a preventative mastectomy where they went in and removed all my breast tissue. So I didn't have cancer, but it was all just in an effort to preempt cancer.
Dr. Virginia Kaklamani works in the Division of Hematology and Oncology at Northwestern University School of Medicine. She focuses on genes that deal with breast cancer risk.
A lot of women elect to have bilateral mastectomies. Honestly, so far, most women elect not to.
Debbie Spungen is one who elected not to.
My theory is I get checked every 6 months with some kind of test or other, and when they catch it, I will make decisions from there.
Kaklamani says there are definite genetic factors that play a part in breast cancer risk.
So far, there's two major genes that we know that increase breast cancer risk. Those increase breast cancer risk by around 80%. So a woman would have an 80% likelihood of getting breast cancer if she tests positive for BRCA1 or BRCA2.
Spungen tested positive for the BRCA genetic mutation nearly 3 years ago. 2 out of 3 doctors recommended a double mastectomy, but she opted against it.
One of the reasons I chose not to have a double mastectomy is I'm not the kind of person that gets up in the morning and says, today's the day I'm going to get it.
Both these women made life-changing decisions about their health. Abner's choice prompted her to start her own nonprofit organization, Bright Pink, here in Chicago. She left the grind of 9 to 5 to focus solely on what she says is her calling.
This was me going through an experience, longing for a community of other young women who could relate not only to having a high risk themselves, but watching a mom go through cancer at a young age.
Abner believes Bright Pink is different from other breast cancer organizations in its approach.
Our generation does not want to sit around a table and complain and have a psychologist who says, it's fine, you should feel like that. We want to be up and alive and active and enjoying life and doing things together.
Abner stresses doing things together, much like a family. So what about her future family and the possibility of having children? Is she afraid of passing the BRCA gene on to her own daughter?
So my daughter, that I hope to have one day, will have a 50-50 chance of developing this gene. If she does, we'll manage it and we'll get through it.
Manage that risk much like she did her own. Lindsay's double mastectomy makes her 99% certain she won't develop breast cancer in her life.
It was just the anxiety of living with, when is cancer going to come for me? And I really felt as though I had a ticking time bomb within my body and I had to do something to manage this risk. Instead of just waiting to develop cancer, I wanted to proactively manage my risk of preventing it altogether.
And prevention for her has become more than a motto. It's become her life's mission. Matt Doyle, Medill reports.